please.
So it's not even that interesting, but I'm having a battle at the moment. You know, in rented property, where there's just things that don't make sense. And if it was your house, you'd just rip it out and start again. And there's a lot of that in my flat.
Right.
Basically, you know my bathroom sink? It's a cupboard underneath it where we keep all of our bits.
It's a built-in cupboard.
Yeah, cosmetic bits. It's attached to the wall and the sink's on top of it.
Yes.
Anyway, the cupboard shelf does not go to the back of the wall. They've just decided to have a little gap where things can fall down.
Stupid.
Look at my arm. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Because down there is my smoothing coat, my brush.
Oh, you found it?
No, babe, haven't found it, have I? Because it's down the back and I can't get it because my arm's too fat and I can't get down there. It's an absolute nightmare.
Oh, dear.
I've had a battle. And you know when you're getting all hot and sweaty and you've got it in your mind that you need to do it before you leave the house. Then I had about 5 seconds.
Then I get cross and I start getting really stroppy with everything.
I know I nearly got a hammer to the thing. I really nearly just ripped the whole thing apart.
So is it definitely down there?
Yeah, it's down there. I felt the top of it. My fingers were long enough to fiddle it and I thought, there it is.
Oh, when you got it, baby, you've got to get some nails because you could have just pinched the bristle and then...
I know. Maybe you could come and try.
Or get the hoover down the back.
Oh, interesting. I haven't really got a hose on the old cordless Dyson.
Oh. Also, if anyone's knowing where to get a good pair of grey leggings.
We've just got a lot of things we'd like to get off our chest.
I'm in the market for a new pair of grey leggings because I went to look at my 300 pairs this morning and I thought I've got 299 pairs of black leggings and I've only got one grey, so I must get another grey.
I must disclose some information about Ali Mac's life. When you open her drawers, it is mind-blowing.
It's a shop. No. It's a full-on boutique in there.
No, but it's like United Colours of Benetton or whatever it's called. Everything's in rows. Everything is colour coordinated. God love Rory's got a rail. Bless him. That's all he gets.
Well, I've said to him, let's change that because I think he could do with 2 rail. One on top and one above because his shit's everywhere. And the other day he asked...
Babe, that is rich. That is rich coming from you. Awful.
Yeah, no, I do have a lot of stuff, but okay, did you ever watch Marie Kondo?
Yes.
When she said decluttering brings you joy.
Yes.
I think that's bullshit. Stuff brings me joy.
No, babe.
Opening those cupboards and thinking I've got so much choice. I've still got nothing to wear.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But if I really needed something, I would have it in here.
Well, the problem is you've got 55 of the same thing.
Well, babe, listen, I don't want to hear you complaining.
No.
Every time she needs something, even
you
if
could
I'm
have
not...
5 little black tops. Did you need 10 or 25? I went through them the other day. I thought, for God's sake, they're all the same.
You didn't seem to be fucking complaining about it.
I'm not complaining about the 1, the 2, the 3.
When you were in the market for a little date night top, oh, can I come round, babe? Oh, yeah, bring Holly, my mum and my dad as well, will I?
Well, my dad's not finding anything in your wardrobe. Can you imagine? Oh, my God.
A little green crop top.
Those big pink fluffy ball dresses. Hello, welcome to Leave a Message.
Welcome to Leave a Message. Sorry, we haven't
spoken this morning.
Meeting. Yeah,
this is what's happening now. We don't speak unless we're working because you've got to save some things to say.
You've got to save the good stuff, like where to get a grey legging and how to get your bristle brush out the back of your bathroom cabinet.
I'd do anything for that bristle brush.
Babe, no.
I like 10 quid. I can buy another.
They're not 10 quid, babe. They're about $2.99.
No, they're not the good ones. So I'm sorry. I will challenge you on that. My Lee Stafford one was not. It was about a tenner.
Lee Stafford, yeah.
And it's very effective.
Babe, why do you get on Instagram?
Look how wispy I am.
Why do you asking for a hashtag gifting? I've got a spare one.
Come on.
Is it the little thin one?
Yeah, well, mine was actually quite thick. It was quite wide, which I enjoyed for a whole scrape back pony.
No, I can't provide you that.
Apparently it's really bad for your hair anyway, so maybe I'll let it lie.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Listen, welcome to Leave a Message. Happy... What day does this go out? Wednesday.
Hump day, baby.
Hump day. I don't understand that hump day thing. What is that?
The hump of the week.
Drives me nuts.
You have to get up to Wednesday and then it's all downhill from there. Hump day. Isn't that right, Rihanna?
Real?
She's Googling
it.
Googling it.
I find it jarring when people put that on their Instagram. I just think, what do you mean happy hump day?
Oh, I don't find it jarring at all. I find it quite jolly. It's like, oh, yeah, we've done it. We're there.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, middle of the week.
Get up that hill, baby.
Yeah.
It's based on a camel's hump and how, it's based on a camel's hump.
The camel's
up
hump, but
and
the
down.
point is,
babe,
it's getting up to the top and then it's coming back down because everyone knows Thursday's Friday now.
Babe,
everyone knows
I'm not going to lie to you. That was not the most helpful interjection of all time.
The camel's hump.
Yeah. Like, cool. Thanks so much.
So sorry.
No, I think that's good. It's the hump of the week, camel's hump. You get over that and then you're on to the good times. Let the good times roll.
Okay.
So that's a good indication of this podcast. You've listened to this and then you know you're almost at the weekend.
Hell yeah. And also this week we're having a bit of a pick and mix situation.
Yeah, really good.
Because we did ask the Gallies to send us a voice note when they're out and about, and they have done so. So we can't be picking and choosing what topics we want here and there if they're just going to dump us.
The thing is, we can't be limiting you to very specific.
Can't be boxing them.
Yeah, all the time.
They're free spirits, these girls.
Exactly. And sometimes the topics need to topic themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Time for voice note number 1.
Sure.
Yes, Rahana, sorry.
Wait, sorry. Welcome to Leave a Message. This is the podcast by the Gallies for the Gallies. We open up the voice note chat every week. You send us your dilemmas.
Don't sound bored when you're saying it if you're going to do
I'm not sounding
it.
bored. I'm sounding rushed because Rahana's on my back.
Okay, go on. Voice note number 1.
Sorry, what are the Gallies' names?
Oh, good point. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I thought we were going to do Richard.
Oh yeah, it's Rich. Basically, we've taken our relationship with our editor Rich to a whole new level. He slid in our DMs. I'm over the moon
He
about
sent
it.
us the most hilarious message.
He called us silly bitches, and I thought, you know what, Rich, you're one of us now. I'm really into
Welcome
that.
to the family, Rich.
Come on, Rich. So now the Gallies are called Richard this week because it's an ode to Richard, our editor, who we love.
Hi girls, I have been listening to you guys for ages. I'm such a big fan. So I have been keeping this secret for months and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do or like who do I tell. So my best friend and I are like ride or die. She is my other half. And she has an older brother who I'm also friends with, but at the time wasn't too close with him because he'd just come home from being at uni, and so I was like still getting to know him. And one night we had a wine night with some of our friends, and my best friend wasn't there. She was away that week, so it was just her brother and I and some of the friends. And then we decided we were gonna go out. And so in the club, and I ended up kissing one of his friends and like didn't really think much about it. Like it happened. And then my best friend's brother asked if I was going to stay at their parents' house or if I was going to go back to my house that I share with his sister. And I don't know how we both seemed to think it was a good idea that I ended up back with his parents. Him and I sat in the kitchen talking like we always do. And then he like moved to sit next to me. And I was like, oh, this is a bit weird. And he put his hand on my leg and I was like, okay. And so we were chatting and then he just like looked at me. And I feel like you guys will understand that like look that a man gives you. And before I knew it, he was kissing me. And it happened a few times that night. And like we never really addressed it. And then there were certain times where like after that where we would hook up and no one would know. And no one knows to this day. It's been like 6 months. And yeah, so that is my wild secret that no one knows.
Very good.
Babe, you're talking to the right person when it comes to your friend's brother.
I knew Ali was going to rat me out for this.
Babe, we can't sit on this podcast and say we're going to be real.
Ain't that the truth?
And not tell everyone.
And do you know what, Han? I'm here to make you feel better because I went one step further.
She did say hook up. So it is quite possible that she did slip and fall on his dick and she just doesn't want to say it in words.
You're right. You're
She's
right.
just- she
Because what
can't-
does that mean? She's South African. I sense a South African
I
accent.
was going to say, we've made it to the Southern Hemisphere.
Well, I was more thinking, yes, exciting, but I was more thinking, you know, what does hook up mean in South Africa?
Well, someone could we get on Google?
Can we get on Urban Dictionary in South Africa and find out what hook up means? Because it's very...
I think I would put 100 quid on the fact that they've shagged at least once, if not blozzer.
Okay, so here's my advice to you from a girl who knows.
Who's gone all the way.
I shagged my best friend's brother. Everyone knows this. Haven't kept it a secret.
The friend knows, so it's not a secret.
She knows.
And she'll be listening to this.
That was a decade ago. Nah, come on, I wasn't that young. I
No,
probably was
you
actually.
probably were, yeah.
Probably about 17. I am still paying for that mistake. So if I can give you one piece of advice, I would take that to the grave. I would look that brother in the eye and I would say, listen, mate, if you ever tell your sister what we got up to in that bedroom and the moves I did, I will never speak to you. I will kill you. I'll kill you. It'll be death. Because honestly, it's been like the biggest headache probably of my
That
adult
could have
life.
been easily avoided.
That could have been avoided either by not falling on his dick and not shagging my best friend's brother, or by telling no one.
Right, listen. I understand that when you have a friend with a brother and you're, sort of in their vicinity all the time, you think, oh...
Especially when you're young and they're older, come on.
They are sexy, but there are, like, how many million people in South Africa or wherever you live? Like,
yes.
Find any one of those
Find
million
anyone
people.
else, I would highly recommend, because it hasn't even come between me and my friend, actually. At the time it did. She was awfully cross at me, which is, fair.
Oh, she was awfully cross, was she?
She shouted at me. She shouted.
As she should be.
She's not really a shouter, but she screamed at me. She was like, how could you?
I mean, I don't have a brother, I do have a brother, but he's younger than me. I don't know. If my friend shagged my sister, I don't think...
Jack shags your sister.
Yeah, I think it's not ideal. It's not, sit round the dinner table happy-go-lucky.
But it's kind of half like, we used to speak about this. Once she got over it, we used to be like, oh my God, but that's what you dream of. Like, I'll be your actual sister if I marry in.
I think it would be fun. Like, imagine if you shag Jack. I know you're not my actual sister, but you're as close as.
Yeah.
Like, kind of fun.
So, yes.
And I don't know.
It all goes well, fairy tale ending, because this is where it's gone sticky for me.
But babe, this was out of your control.
Well, not really. His now wife fucking hates me. Like, if she could...
Oh, she needs to go to therapy, because that was 10 years ago, man.
I think if she could hire someone to kill me, she would.
Oh, it's that deep.
Yeah, she hates me. Like...
Yeah, no, like she will get excluded from family events, from their family, because
I can't be in the
there.
vicinity. I must leave.
Yeah.
If I'm there and she's coming or I must evacuate the dance floor. I cannot be there.
No, but can I tell you, that's not a you thing, that's a her thing. I don't want to put it on her, but it is her problem.
I remember once we were at this house party with at Faye's sister's house, and she was there, and we were both there. I'd had a drink. I was feeling a bit gobby, and I said, "Come on, Sandra, shall we make up? Shall we just be friends? Like, come on." A lot had happened up to this point with her hatred.
You
for
went up
me.
to her and you said that?
Yeah,
and she said no.
No, she explained her woes and her worries, which she'd done millions of times before, over message very nastily. And I had basically just been like, listen, I don't want him. Like, you're welcome to him. I'm fine. I was 17 when I shagged him and it was kind of a joke. So don't worry about it. I think it was his virginity.
Oh, the wind just sort
of was all a bit
blew me onto his
it was
dick.
Just
Do you know
bad.
what I mean?
Anyway, we made up at this party. It was amazing. I was like, oh my God, she gets it. Anyway, the brother, Brandon, then comes over and I make a joke. I go, oh, Brandon, looks like we can be mates now. Your missus is on board.
Oh dear, bad.
Not a good joke. She then, the hatred went to a new level. Hasn't looked me in the eye since, if I've ever been in the same room as her. Hates me.
Okay, I think yours is a really, because I mean, most people hopefully won't have that exact scenario where the new wife, girlfriend is like a psycho bitch. I'm sorry.
Not my words. I didn't say it.
But I would say, if you feel like it's going to be a bit of a gag and you can kind of all laugh and ha-ha about it.
It's a risk.
It's a risk, but...
It's like you and gluten. Is it worth it? I don't know.
Is she going to shit herself? Is she going to make it to the loo? No one knows.
No one knows. And is like yesterday, that sandwich you put in your mouth wasn't worth it.
No, that definitely wasn't worth it.
Yeah, so it's got to, that's the thing. How fit's the brother?
But, no,
do you know what I mean?
Also, how, lol is your friend?
Yeah.
Because,
because if it's a shit shag and your friend's got a bad sense of humour, it's not worth it.
But then if it's also you don't want to have that awkward thing for the rest of your whole life, to stand there on your wedding day and you've shagged her brother, I would actually recommend truth.
Do you?
But...
Oh, you're so good at truth, though. I just think avoidance. No.
Because I just think, listen, yeah, I did do... We were talking about this last night in... Soho House about how
Were we in Soho House last night?
the other night, on Friday,
Oh, right. I
Saturday
was gonna
night.
say, it wasn't me last night.
About how, like, when I know I've done something bad, I know.
Yes.
Like, in that scenario, I know I fucked up. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, it was probably avoidable.
But I have done it. So, like, now I'm just, you know, it is what it is in her words.
So actually, he's done it. And it's his little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
blame the man. When he looks at you in that way and you know and you think, well, I'm helpless now.
Yeah.
He's
and
given
you
me
think,
the
oh,
eyes.
What am I to do? Oh,
What's a girl to do? Damsel in distress, snog away.
Oh, go on. Finger me then.
Put it in. By then it's too late.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
then
mean?
it's a lost cause. You might as well be writing your WhatsApp message to your best mate while he's in you.
Oh, you don't need to be doing that.
I just think honesty is the best policy in most scenarios. Don't get me wrong, I'm the master of deceit and lies if I need to be.
That's good to know.
But like, basically weigh up if it's going to save, if it's worth it to save your friendship, lie. If it's a lol, tell her. You'll be over it in 6 months anyway. Listen,
that is true.
Especially when you're young.
Yeah.
You fight and you make up and you fight about boys and like, who really cares?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think you will get over. Oh, my
Different if,
situation is different. But
yeah,
I
no,
think
yours is. That's what I'm
you
saying.
hope and pray they will get over it and everyone will just find it a funny story
Haha.
to tell at the wedding.
Haha.
On to Richard number 2.
Richard number 2.
Richard number 2, yes.
Hey guys, first of all, love the podcast. Literally my favourite thing to listen to each week. So I have a crazy night out story, which looking back on it now is kind of wild. Back in my first year of university, me and a bunch of my mates went out to a new opening of a club. We went, it was super, super busy and loud. My friends and I ended up right at the front where the speakers were. And by the end of the night, we literally couldn't hear a thing. Anyway, we got our post-club cheesy chips, obviously, and made our way back to our accommodation. Me and one of my friends started running back drunkenly, as you do, and out of the blue, I collapsed. My friend who was still running didn't realise until she turned back to see that I was on the floor having a seizure. I do have epilepsy, but that was super, super out of the blue. I was unconscious and unresponsive. However, I could literally hear everything that was going on, which is strange. Like I could hear my group of friends talking around me and checking if I was okay. I could hear one of my best friends crying. And bless her, it was literally her first time clubbing too. Anyway, my friends called an ambulance as I was still unresponsive. And even when the ambulance did turn up, the paramedics couldn't wake me up. So I ended up being taken to the hospital alone. Next thing I know, I wake up in a hospital bed at 5:30 in the morning with nurses looking over me. I told the nurses I was feeling a lot better and had to go back to my accommodation as I had classes in the morning. They let me go, but I had to call a taxi as I had no other way of getting back. Bear in mind, I was still wearing my clubbing outfit, which was low-key kind of humbling. Anyway, I got to my accommodation and my two best friends said I should stay at theirs, so I did. But one of them made me sleep on the floor rather than sharing a bed, which looking back on it now is so funny because I literally had a seizure, but we still laugh about it today. I wake up in the morning and as a first year uni try hard, I go back to my flat to get changed and walk to my 9 a.m. as if nothing ever happened. This hasn't happened since, but honestly, thinking about it, it was a crazy night out, not just for me, but also my friends. Sorry for the ramble, but it is too chaotic not to share.
Sorry, I must say, Richard too, really well done, Rahana. I think she took your notes. I think, did she write that down first and then read it very clearly?
She's got that on her notes app.
That was really good.
She's
And
written
Rahana,
a
that was
script.
because
I
of
like
you.
that. Well done.
Very good. Very
done,
well
Rich.
delivered.
Okay. Well, first of all, I hope you're okay.
Have you ever fainted or passed out in a public place?
I'm just trying to think. I don't think I have.
Never have I ever.
Oh, I passed out in loads of places.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, vomiting over the lid, you pass out for a couple of seconds.
Blackout, do you?
There have been times.
Really pass out?
Babe, I used to go to some quite dark places on a night out.
Wild.
I don't know. I think I've really had a brand shift because
Yeah, you really have.
if you'd met me at 19, 20, 21, I was really, you know, I did dabble in the extracurricular activities.
Yeah, you're an
Like,
extracurricular girly.
Quite big time. I was in motion at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, you and I both. I mean, you can't go to Bristol and not get involved.
Do you know
can
what I
you?
mean? And sometimes it takes you to places you don't really want to go. Now I'm sort of, you know, don't even like leave the house after 10 o'clock.
What was your late night food order when you were getting home
I
from a
was
night
just
out?
about to ask you this. It's got to be cheesy chips with mayo, no ketchup.
Yeah, I would either do that Very Belgian, actually, that.
Really?
Did you know that? Yeah. Or I'd get beans on chips after a night out. How crazy is that?
Really?
Yeah, like Heinz beans. That's wild.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. In Newcastle, you used to be able to get a pot of gravy. They wouldn't put the gravy on the chips.
Yeah, the pot on the side.
Yeah.
Really good.
Oh, actually, no. Oh my God, babe. There's this club in Newcastle called Tup Tup. I didn't go to Newcastle, but we went to Newcastle, so I spent a lot of my uni life in Newcastle. There's this club called Tup Tup where all
Tup
Tup,
yeah,
where all the Geordie Shore lot used to go. And like you would turn around and it would be like Charlotte, like, and they when but guy, if you think like you get bladdered,
they
are honestly on a different planet.
She was queen of bladder, really.
And then they're like passed out outside the chip van. And I did think, where are the paps? Guys, you're missing gold.
You should have got involved.
Oh, it was that was the
something.
BlackBerry. Oh no, it wasn't even the BlackBerry era. What was
No, you must have had an iPhone at uni. I definitely had an iPhone at uni.
Yeah, I had an iPhone. What was I doing?
How old are you? Imagine Al's been lying this whole time. She's 38.
I had a BlackBerry at 14. And I remember my mum coming to drop it off at school, my fresh, shiny BlackBerry.
Wow.
And I was like the first person to get it, and everyone kind of was like, oh, let's see the new keyboard. And now they're bust. BlackBerry's bust. Sorry, that's not the point of the story.
BlackBerry's no longer?
Yeah, no longer.
Sorry. Yeah, that's not the point of the story, because it is actually, you know, those times where it's all fun and games and you're all drinking drink to drink and everyone's having a good time. Maybe you're having a bit of extracurricular fun. And then someone reacts differently to everyone else.
Yeah.
And you think, oh no, it's all gone south now.
Oh, I've
And you
had
panic.
that. But I do think I was spiked. I'm almost certain I was spiked because I was in a club and I literally like woke up. Oh, it was so bad. I basically don't. You know when you have you ever had this?
I've never had a blackout. I remember everything. I remember too much.
Total like an hour and a half of my life is just
gone.
Like, gone. And I just remember that waking up in the back. Someone had obviously put me in an Uber and he couldn't wake me up.
No.
And he was like on my arm and I just was like this, like lying backwards, had to be dragged up the stairs, threw up all over the floor.
No.
Like I'm almost certain. Min then like in the morning was like, what the hell happened to you? I'm almost certain I was spiked. That's the only time I've ever like really blacked out.
Oh, it's really scary. We joke, but my God, you don't want to be having a seizure on the floor, do you? That's awful.
So apparently, if someone's having a seizure, you should make them lie not on their back because then their tongue like might go down their throat.
And don't you have to move everything around them? I thought the new rules was don't touch. I mean, we should not be giving rules on this because it's probably quite serious.
Yeah, go and check Google for medical advice.
Must get on the NHS website because that is so serious. Because what do? No one prepares you. That's what they need to do in Freshers Week. Not all these silly drinking games. They need to get you in and they need to go, listen, kids, this is what to do.
Blacks out, if someone gets spiked, if someone has a seizure, if someone falls and concusses themselves.
Someone shags someone they shouldn't.
Someone shags their friend's brother.
Where to get the morning after pill. All of these things.
All these things.
That's what they need to be doing.
True.
It's so funny about the 9 a.m. lecture. Do you remember that when you were like, no, I've got to go?
Babe, I didn't make a single 9 a.m. lecture in 3 years. Not a single one. That's what I'd like.
So naughty.
I'd like a badge for that, actually.
No, that's really not something to be proud of.
I would say I attended 30% of my lectures.
Do you know how much you're paying to be there?
I know, and I still got 2-1. Don't know how I did that.
Oh, for God's sake.
What did you get?
A first. You'd have got a first if you went to your 9 a.m s.
I didn't need a first. Look at me now.
What did you even do?
Archaeology and anthropology.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can I tell you why?
Anthropology is a hilarious degree.
Anthropology is actually really fascinating.
It's a lot of reading. I dropped anthropology. I went to Goldsmiths to do anthropology. I dropped it in the first week.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah, I found it so dull.
Basically, I did it because I wanted to go to Oxford because all of my friends went to Oxford. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Honestly, 19, 20 of my friends went to Oxford and I didn't get in first year. So I took a gap year and I went to look at the Oxford book of courses and I thought, well, what's the course with like lots of them have like admissions tests.
Yeah.
Arcananth has no admissions test. First one, AA. It's the first page you open. I saw
Great.
no admissions test. Best apply for that.
Perfect. And then you didn't.
And then I didn't even get into Oxford. And then I had to go to Bristol and do Arcananth.
Also so different.
So different.
You'd have thought you'd have gone to like Exeter or something, Durham, but no.
No.
Bristol. Motion instead. Good.
No, the one other thing I just wanted to say was we were talking about this like ages ago about how when your mum says, oh, you best wear matching knickers when you
That's a moment there.
when you go to hospital.
She was in her bodycon dress and you know, you will have seen her knickers probably at
I
some
would
point.
be heartbroken if I went to hospital in my nice night out clothes and they cut me open. Sometimes you do that. They do that.
I'd be saying to them, you best be buying me a new weekday top because I'm not having that. Are you mad?
I'm not having that.
I'm not having that.
My ASOS black bodycon dress. You mad?
No way. No
They do
way.
cut you fully out of your clothes in hospital
I
sometimes.
suppose if it's life or death, we can sacrifice the body, can't, but it's not
Also,
ideal.
do you know they take your nail polish off, so we're fucked.
Why?
Because they have to see if your nails turn blue or something. I mean, I'd be dead in a second.
Oh,
'cause
also
I
they
can't-
have to take out all your piercings, and for me, that is a nightmare.
Oh dear. Well, we're goners then.
Goners.
Time for
Okay.
another one.
Richard,
Yeah,
number 3.
Another one.
Hey guys, I have a friendship breakup dilemma story thingamabob for you. So basically, me and this girl were friends for quite a long time. We were really close, and I started seeing this guy really casually. We met on like a dating app. He didn't know anyone that I knew. He lived like a bit away, to be fair. And then one time I made the mistake of introducing him to my friend, and we all started hanging out as a 3, which, you know, it's already a little bit sus. And then one time we went out and she messaged me the next day and she was like, oh, can I have his Snapchat because I want to ask him for his bank details so I can pay him back. I thought nothing of it. I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. And then another time we were all hanging out. We were getting a little bit drunk. Things were getting a little bit threesome vibes. It was definitely heading in that direction. I got very drunk and ended up going up to her bedroom to sleep. And when I came down, I was still so drunk. I was so out of it. And I came downstairs and she was sat in her bra as if she had just moved away from him very quickly. And I thought nothing of it, sat straight down, still head spinning from the vodka. And then basically he went on holiday and just started distancing himself from me. And I messaged him like, what's going on? Like, I thought we had something really good. And then he basically just said, I'm not feeling the whole casual thing anymore. I'm really sorry. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And I was talking to her about it. I was like, he's just completely cut me off. Like, I don't know what's happened. She was like, oh, babe, like, I don't know. Like, I'm really sorry that that's happened, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, few months down the line, come about summertime, she messages me saying that they've been seeing each other for about 3 months and she was really happy. So basically the whole time that I was seeing her being like, what's gone on here? Why has this happened? She was seeing him behind my back and probably definitely sleeping with him. So, you know, oh well. But now we aren't friends anymore for obvious reasons. And I thought I'd just share that with you. Be careful who you're friends with. Absolutely love the pod. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Babe, love you.
Oh, oop.
I like that message. Be careful who you're friends with.
Well, she was very positive in that, but that honestly fills me with rage. Rage.
Oh, what? Hold
feel
on a second.
rage.
What? Everyone stop in your tracks. She never feels rage, this girl.
Well, it's quite soft rage. I'm not going to shout.
No, babe, let it come out.
No.
Let it come out. Like,
I just think, like, as you say, there's millions of people in the world.
I've written scum of the earth.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm actually with you on that. I'd go so far as to say
Scum of the earth.
worst of the worst, because I just think your thing about honesty is the best policy. Listen, if it is, you lock eyes and this is it. Love at first sight. We're going to be married, father my children.
What, with,
And
your
you
best, with
need-
your best friend's boyfriend?
And you need to say to your friend, well, when they're in the early stages of dating, like the boyfriend thing, a whole different story. Like,
Yeah.
wild. I mean, it's all so bad, but the one thing you could do is be honest about the fact that you've got feelings and he's got feelings for you,
Oh,
and
babe.
you're going to have to be iced out, because otherwise that is so dirty. Like, that's dirty. What are you doing?
People are such cowards. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like so scummy.
It's about knowing something's wrong. You know what you're doing's
like,
wrong.
they're fucking pigs. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I hope they fucking are unhappy. And
Well, the problem is, you hope actually they end up together and it was all
otherwise
worth
it was pointless.
Yeah.
No, actually, sorry, I don't agree. I think I always say this: everyone is a lesson or a blessing. They're the biggest lessons that you could have learned. I don't know what the lesson is, babe. I'm like fucking not.
Yeah,
to
because you
trust
can't
anyone.
never introduce your friends to your new boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit of a
Well, I
nightmare.
don't know. Maybe like
I don't know. Keep it a secret. I don't know. Keep it at home.
Sorry, if I walked into my living room and you and Raw were
I was in my bra.
do you know what I mean?
I die.
I think, babe,
I think, babe, put a top on, would you?
would you?
Would you please?
I mean, he wouldn't be interested
The
in it.
thing is, it's so you wouldn't be interested in me. The thing is, it's like, I don't know. I just think there's a whole. Why? Did you not really mean it like that? But it just
No, I
came
just
out.
meant Night Molly fucking hates us anyway, so it's definitely not going to want to shag you.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I don't feel offended by the fact that I'm not Raw's type. But I just think, like, it's a whole different story if you've been friends for years and they've known your boyfriend and got to know each other and they've got a closeness that is, like, very friendly. If at any point I'd been at a bar with my partner
Yeah.
and a friend and I felt it was threesome vibes, I've been like, something's gone wrong here. I don't like that. I don't know, it's really hard, especially when you're all like out and about dating, because it's like you even see the same people on Hinge or like Tinder or whatever you're on all the time. So it's like you've got to kind of be very open and honest, I think, and it's got to be like, you know, mark your territory a bit, girls, because that's not right.
I really feel so sad for her because she lost 2 people, not just one.
Yeah. And also the problem is he's probably quite irrelevant. That might have fizzled out anyway, but then you've lost your friend over it. Really?
This happened to me.
No.
Not exactly, but I shagged this guy
Yeah.
and this is years ago. And so I shagged this guy and I thought I liked him, although he went to Exeter, lots of my friends went to Exeter, so like I'd gone down, whatever. Then my friend, she'll remain nameless.
Give her a name, go on, a fun one.
Oh, her name is Alicia.
Good.
Alicia, who we were BFFs, like we still are. She's one of my best friends now.
What? Who?
Hold on.
No!
Right, so Alicia,
I die.
Alicia then starts hooking up with him. Unbeknownst to me, I'm sitting happy in Bristol, texting him. His name was Harry, texting away.
You're texting?
We're texting.
You're liking him?
Yeah, but we had only shagged once. But, you know, when you're 21, that's basically you're married.
If you're Ali Mac, yeah.
We certainly weren't Snapchatting. Who the fuck's Snapchatting these days?
Yeah, good question. The most important question, yeah.
Anyway, long story short, she comes up, she had been really weird and she said, can I come to Bristol? And I said, why do you want to come to Alicia? Anyway, she comes to Bristol, we sit on my front doorsteps and she says, I've been seeing Harry and I really like him and I think we're going to give things a go. And I obviously lost the plot at her.
You went to 11,
Babe,
did you?
You don't want to be on that side of me. I was tamping fuming raging.
Nobody cross Ali Mac. That is brave.
That's an example.
As if you're still friends with her.
Yeah, because babe, it was
bygones be bygones.
Do you know what
I know,
mean?
but
And
come
so
on.
Anyway, they ended up going out for 3 years. Yeah. So then I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, because then you think
do you know
fair
what
play.
I mean? Fair play. And now they've broken up.
Did you have to see him in that time?
No, Alicia and I really weren't friends for like a year and a half.
Well, this is the thing, because actually, if they do end up together, it's quite hard to remain friends with everyone when you have to look at him and be like, oh, you did, like, you know.
God, there are some pictures I look back and I think, Jesus Christ, that's awkward. The 3 of us standing there.
Do you know what I mean? And you've done reverse cowgirl.
Oh, good. No,
Dick,
we only
much.
missionary. He was dull anyway, so not to
Good
worry.
luck to you, Alicia. Have a nice time.
Anyway, they've now broken up and now it's obviously hilarious that we didn't speak to each other for a year and a half over a stupid boy. But
well, over a stupid boy, Alicia, and your lack of loyalty.
I know what, babe, don't worry. I did give it to her for a year and a half. She was iced.
Ice cold, baby.
It was bad. Oh, seriously, you don't want to be on that side of my rage.
I do not.
You should see the mess. I'm like, I found the messages the other day and it's like, you're a fucking nasty bitch. How fucking...
Wait there, Richard.
Sorry, I just want to say, Richard, could you not have just sent his bank details on for him? Do you know what I mean?
That was an indication.
I thought that.
Yeah, something fishy's going on there.
Something's fishy.
Also, what are you paying him for? Don't worry, I'll pass it on to him. And I'm next with him.
I'll give you a
$5
and he can pay me back.
All comes out in the wash,
but
babe.
you don't want to be like that. You do in an ideal world want your friends to be best friends with your boyfriend.
This is the problem.
Well, that's like Raw last night. Fucking hell, baby.
Oh my God, I was going to say, this is the same situation. We best not leave them alone together.
So,
God. Me and Holly were creasing.
So I said to him,
I was dead. She was like, I've got a date, Rule. Stop trying to cock block me.
and I was like, he was like, I think it would be nice to do something in the 4 of us.
Sorry, this is hilarious. So basically, me and my partner, Holly, and
yeah.
Alan, her partner, Raw, we've been very kindly gifted from Be at one?
Yeah.
All bar one.
Be at one.
Be at one.
Let's get that right.
Best get that right. I'll turn up to the wrong place. Like 150 quid to spend at the bar to just like have a good night. And Al and I were like, that's a lot of drink for the two of us, especially with you. Drink to drink. You'll be on the floor. You will be having a seizure.
Also, we were saying like the four of us kind of are now, it's kind of family extendedly.
Well, and also like they go through a lot because of who they're dating. Like we're a nightmare.
So we thought, well, we best throw them a bone and let them have 150 quid's worth of drinks.
Yeah.
So we booked in for Saturday night. Then G messaged me last night saying Holly can't go anymore, and Raw was like, "What?" Okay,
the whole context is the Raw ones. What picture?
It was on your Hinge, and there was a picture of. This is so funny because
so bad.
It was G's dating profile, and we were trying to show him how good she looked. He couldn't give a fuck.
No, he didn't care less. He looks at me like I'm honestly like a pack of shit.
And
like I'm repellent. He's like,
there's this picture of G and Holly in the mirror, and the first thing he goes is, "Who's that?"
Yeah, who's that?
And G was like, "Oh, well, that's Holes." And he goes, "Oh, is it?" Anyway, now we've got this gag that he really fancies Holes. So
it's just a gag.
Just a gag, yeah.
But anyway, then he was mortified about Saturday night. And he's like, well, we must rearrange.
He said, we must rearrange. It'd be really nice to do something before. Which he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
It would be nice.
He's not wrong. But we were laughing that he's trying to cock block Holes on a day.
Time to debrief.
A debrief.
Right.
Richard number 1, brother.
Oh,
Brother
babe.
lover.
Brother lover.
Mr. Lover Man. Find anyone else, I think. That is honestly my advice. Just don't. If you can help it, listen, mistakes
From the
happen.
8 billion people on planet Earth, you would think there'd be another one out there.
I do just think that if the two of you can look each other in the eye the next morning and go, no one knows.
Or you can go, this is going to be, guys, we're going to get married, have kids, and everyone's going to sit around the Christmas dinner table.
Yeah.
Yeah, or hilarious.
Or hilarious.
Lol, haha.
It has to be funny. But you might need to be prepared for a little bit of distancing.
Yeah, I think if you do something like that, I do have a story like this that I won't share now because it's quite long. But
Ravana will be tapping her
where
wrist.
where you do something that you know you shouldn't have done. You have to.
I know what you did, you naughty, naughty little rat.
You know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good, actually.
It's actually,
and
no.
She's probably using time as an excuse. But actually, she doesn't want to say it
She was
on
a little
broadcast.
Slut.
Can you do it the next episode?
Yeah,
you remind us of that.
But when you know you've done something bad, either lie through your actual fucking teeth.
Because also, lie. Who's going to tell you you're wrong?
God,
Just God. Only God can judge us, girls, as
you know-
Miley said.
Do you know what I mean? See you in hell.
Yeah.
We're all going there anyway.
Yeah.
Or be honest. That's only the two
Yes,
options.
it's your only two options. Or don't bother in the first place.
Yeah, and if you
Suck any other dick if you can.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number
Number
the
two,
seizure.
having a seizure after your cheesy chips.
Babe. Well, maybe stay clear of the cheesy chips.
I don't know. I think that might have helped sober you up a bit or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Always have a cheesy chip
Also,
after a
maybe
night
just
out.
don't get bladdered.
Yeah, listen, steady on the drinks. And also, if one person could be first aid trained in the friendship group on the night out, I think that'd be ideal.
Who's that, babe? One of us.
Well, one of us is going to have to do it.
Well, shotgun, not me.
Who's going to be captain of first aid? Do you want me to be captain of first aid?
Yeah, I think. I think I should be.
Babe.
No, I think
Sometimes you misjudge yourself, I think.
What that I think I'm good at stuff.
No, I just think out of the two of us, I would be the first aider.
I agree.
Yeah. Richard number 3 in the threesome. Can you believe it? The little
babe, sack off your shit
rat
friends.
girl.
Trust no one. Back to trusting no one. And
I'm going to change the name of this podcast to Trust No One. In a minute.
it's a safe way to live. I'm sorry. If you want to protect yourself in all instances, trust no one.
Imagine Al's podcast. She goes solo and she gets guests on and she's just like, who have you mistrusted in the past?
Well, Cheryl Cole the other day on Radio 2 or whatever it was saying she trusts no one. I said, babe, me and you best sit on the sofa and have a chat about trusting no
got a
one.
partner now.
I don't know.
Liam Payne's got a new song out, hasn't he?
Well, good thing she didn't trust him. He's a snake.
Is he a snake?
Well, he left her, didn't he?
For who for?
I don't know.
Right, next week we've got a deep dive on Liam Payne's extracurricular activity. It's not right.
Love you all, Gallies. Please keep sending your voice notes in. No, actually, please. Because if you don't have babe, guys, no voice notes, no podcast, okay? Leave us a message, leave us 5 stars or otherwise don't bother. And see you next week.
Mwah.